He listened and got up. He listened and got up away me. Yeah, I see nothing wrong there. Now drop the knife. The evil bastard stood there with his mouth open. Die, 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 he shouted. The killer leaped towards his knife. I aimed and I fired. Well, I didn't think you fucking had it in you, mate. He had...
He held the gun like...
He's just like looking away. Like,
I'm gonna shoot in 3 seconds. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi.
I'll harm you!
He had snatched his knife up and flung it towards my head. I deflected it and I fired again.
You deflected it with what? Your psychic powers?
He ducked, then he tackled me. How are you losing?
You had a shotgun! It was in front of you! The point of a shotgun is you point it at stuff that's close to you, you pull the trigger, then it's dead! Unless it's a
There
tank.
should be nothing left of his head.
It turns out Jeff had a riot shield on him. Like, you don't duck underneath a shotgun blast when he's 4 foot away from you.
I've got me new specially designed custom armour, Jefflar.
How much of the shit is left?
Oh, who knows?
We haven't even gotten to like where they meet in like fuck or whatever.
Meet and fuck hotel shotgun story. I'd play that. Everybody play that. Look at this shit. Right, then he tackled me out the first story window, landing on the pavement. I bruised my heel while he twisted his kneecap. I writhed in pain.
Wait, this is first like this is this American stuff? Because like first story in America is different from first story in.
I assume it's American.
So he pushed him out the ground floor.
Ouch!
Because otherwise it wouldn't seem like you hurt your ankle falling out.
Only bruised his heel. That's a weird thing to like. Like, did you land on your feet or are you on your ground? Like,
ouch! Well, what are you? I looked back up onto my first story room, past the man I know as Jeff the Killer, and saw that old man from 15 years ago.
I didn't know it was 15 years ago.
I thought it was the Rake.
I failed to contain a scream, which woke up the tenant. You screaming woke up the tenant, not discharging your fucking shotgun!
Not the first scream of a woman being murdered. No, clearly he has a much higher pitch and lady-sounding voice.
Do you know what? I would happily believe that. Not just because he's a pussy, but because
he's a pussy.
because your woman voice is very, very deep. I'm going for a shower.
Like what's
Got
it like?
Smokes.
It now changes up the whole dynamic. Like she was like an 8 foot tall, built like a Brit shithouse, and he's just like this tiny little Tom-looking twink.
Okay, Courtney, you be the fucking neighbour.
Will you shut up? Some people try to sleep.
No, seriously.
Wait, really?
What the hell's going on here? I'm trying to sleep.
What the hell is going here? Like, again, proofread.
Second of all, shotgun.
Like, what's going on here? Clearly a fight to the death is happening. There's screaming and the sounds of guns being discharged. Where does this take place? Detroit? What is just considered normal? It's like, hey, I'm trying to sleep. Can you stop with the guns and shit?
No, because they'll be firing back.
Where was this, Kansas?
Oh yeah, this is in Cy in Kansas.
No, it isn't Georgia.
Oh, no, they went
to Oregon.
They went to Oregon, yeah.
Which, as a well-educated British person, I have no fucking idea what the difference is other than maybe the colour of the corn.
Did they take the Oregon Trail to get there?
Die of dysentery on the way.
That is the only thing I know about Oregon Trail.
Super education. It was a super educational journey that was difficult and strangely addictive.
And filled with people screaming about the diarrhea.
I actually never played that. I played the tropical rainforest equivalent. They had Amazon Trail.
He's died just as well. It's exactly the same. It's like, you still got to get the oxen over the river.
Just as soon as he finished ranting, the old man did something impossible. He jumped off the first story floor.
He ate his own head.
This has got to be British, because he jumped off the first story floor, and like that's impossible. So presumably, yeah, because like you were saying, okay, you confirm this because you're American. In America, the first floor is the ground floor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Typically, yes. Of course, there have been places I've been to where I'd go in the elevator and like ground floor and first floor are two separate things. So that's
okay. Because that's what it's like here. It's ground floor and first floor.
Ground floor, then the first floor.
So okay. So maybe who knows? Who knows? Who knows if it's an American story or not?
Right. He jumped off the 50th floor. Okay, he's Superman.
Alright, landed on his feet, looked towards the tenant, and pounced on top of him. I saw the way that thing dug into his flesh. I love that it says shots fired, like, you know, like he, you know,
he jumped into his flesh, shots fired, come at me.
The screaming ceased. Then I remembered the warning. Your father killed me, now I'm going to kill you. But first I'm going to kill this random guy. Like, there's the priority target. Who's this cunt? I'd better kill him.
Your father killed me. I'm back now 15 years later. Now I'm going to kill this guy. Then maybe you later.
Distracted by some other cunt.
I'm reminded of one of those Goosebumps stories where, like, the girl ends up killing the cat several times. It's like a demonic cat, and she tries to suck the life out of her or something.
Sounds exactly like Toby.
What on earth are you talking about?
Goosebumps.
Talk about Chicken Cottage.
I think it was called Cry of the Cat, but
when he was done tearing apart the piece of meat that was the tenant, he faced me. Jeff barked, "Oh, I saw him first, you freak." The old man slowly turned to face Jeff. "Yeah, I'm talking to you. What you gonna do about it?" The creature charged Jeff in an instant, started slashing at his chest. Jeff kept swinging his knife at it, but that thing didn't care. It knew he couldn't really it.
But, so first of all, that sentence, terrible. Second of all, I'm just imagining a slap fight.
an old man slap fight.
Like Jeff.
Let me try that again. It knew he couldn't really it. No, after a short pause, the sentence is still written the same. The monster was too fast for Jeff.
Way too fast.
Hold still! Jeff was getting pissed off. His swings were getting faster, but even the greatest killer makes mistakes. The old man finally got a sufficient hit in, and went for a gut blow to Jeff's stomach. The killer dropped to the ground. I'm assuming this is the Rake speaking. Well, hit me! Come on, hit me! I was just picturing like Batman coming at him on a motorcycle, and he's just going...
No, let's mention that thing. Stop trying to hit me from Team... That's it, Team America.
Yeah. Like, that's from The Matrix, right?
Yeah, I know.
With Lawrence Fishburne. Like that. Alright. I fired Pacemaker at the old man, instantly dropped to the ground. I couldn't believe it.
The gun or the...
I finally killed the old bastard. I really did it. When I was walking over to Jeff, he had internal bleeding. I could tell because of my
magical doctor abilities.
Right, okay.
To Harvard.
So I'm assuming this guy's got fucking like
Claws.
X-ray vision, but still couldn't see what was happening to his wife in the fucking bathroom.
Maybe, no, that's just it. He was secretly Superman and the bathroom was filled with kryptonite.
Yes, a lead-lined bathroom.
But it wasn't serious. I kneeled over Jeff. The sick fuck was still smiling at me. Well, you got me, kid. Are you going to finish me? And then he says, nope, I won't. Why not? You fucking beta!
Dude, unless this next action was he pulled down his trousers and stuck his dick in Jeff's mouth just because he could.
Like,
just to rub it in.
This guy killed your woman who you were about to propose to, and you're going to let him live. Fucking ridiculous.
I think the idea is that he wants him to suffer.
Once again, unless the next sentence is, I shot off Jeff's junk and now he's my woman.
Yeah, like it should be like, no, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to just shoot you a bunch of times in like the legs and stuff, and then call the police because I believe you should face justice for what you've done. That's the only way. That's the only way that I'm going to excuse that. Now I haven't read ahead. I don't know what's going to happen. But if his next action isn't if his next action isn't making sure he can't get up and then calling the police because he believes in serving justice, there's no excuse. Alright, so let's find out what happens.
I bent over and presented myself.
I knocked Jeff out with the butt of Pacemaker. He wouldn't trouble me anymore, but I knew he would just get madder and kill me. So I didn't. Then the old man attacked Jeff, throwing him through a wall. Jeff's knife was right next to me. Oh my god, this guy's just given up. He's like, I'm nearly at the end of the story. I'm just going to type anything, not proofread it. This is horrendous. Throwing him through a wall, Jeff's knife was right next to me, and the old man was going toward me. Toward me, you retard! I grabbed it, and he jumped, so I stabbed it. It didn't even flinch.
Moving on.
Then right wing.
Right wing.
Okay, is this a Scotsman writing this? Right wing. I thought it was all over. I saw Jeff walk out and grab the pacemaker. Grab the peacemaker, it's called now.
So wait, he's trying to call it a peacemaker this entire time. He's been calling it a pacemaker. I mean, that makes a bit more sense, but...
the Peacemaker, the old man, heard him and started to run toward him. Ween, it was close to him. Jeff let off a shot and hit the thing right in the head. It being scared, it ran off. Jeff ran after it. I heard the whole thing. Jeff said, "Shh, it's time to go to Kip." Then let off some more shots and tail the thing was into. Jeff picked up his knife and started... Has this guy had a fucking aneurysm halfway through this? And started walking to me. He said with an evil smile on his face and said, "No, wasn't that fun?" And just walked away. I didn't question it. Probably best not to. He spared my life because I spared his. I don't know what, but I never saw him after that day. And that's the end. That is inexcusable.
Right, so, like, you know, like, you hit the bottom, but then, like, you hit the bottom, but you dig down, but since it's in like a drill site, you just circle round that shitty drain.
That's one of the worst ones we've ever done. It was only saved by being relatively short. If that was like an hour long, like Leader the Killer or something, that would be in like the top 10 worst we've ever done.
Which we need to do.
Fucking abysmal. Alright, Matt, your thoughts on Jeff the Killer versus the Rake.
Right, so it's a true, like, it's bad, but I think the thing that makes it worse is just how cucking pussy the main character was. The whole...
Yeah, he was insufferable. Like,
and
what a shitty... I wanted Jeff the Killer to win.
And just, like, the constant spelling... Like, it got bad at the end, but the fact that we got Pacemaker for most of the...
And then
the only saving grace is the love between him and his shotgun.
And we don't even know who won.
No, and the thing is, that for a story called Jeff the Killer versus the Rake, there wasn't a lot of Jeff the Killer versus the Rake-ing going on.
Oh yeah, and then they fought. It's like aliens versus predators. Oh no, there's aliens, and then there's predators. About 5 minutes in, oh, now they're fighting each other.
Yeah, see, the thing is, take Alien versus Predator. That movie delivers on its premise, right? There's a lot of xenomorphs fighting predators, which is exactly what I wanted. People slag that movie off, whatever, it's their opinion. I like the film, whatever. And the same with something like Freddy vs. Jason, the film I particularly like. Actually, I think it's one of the better Freddy Krueger movies after the third one. I don't know much about the Jason movies, to be honest, but again, it delivered. Freddy fights Jason a number of times in the film. It delivers on that premise.
They have a slap fight once and some other guys involved. Jeff versus the Rake versus this arsehole. Okay. Also, I thought the Rake was like some shriveled up sort of animal thing, not some old guy.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
And how does he talk if
know.
He's just a creature?
Yeah, it's like some sort of like skeletal animal thing that just like gurgles at people.
Alright, that was complete. That story was complete cancer. The fact that
no, not cancer. It's just cuckingly bad.
The fact that the author felt like got lazy the whole thing was lazy, but got lazier towards the end, and the end was riddled with weird spelling mistakes and bad punctuation because it really felt like they were rushing to complete it. And what that says to me is, if you don't care about your story,
why should we?
Why should anybody else? How dare you, in fact, put this up on the internet? You know, for people to waste their time on. So it's one of the rare occasions where I actually feel quite a bit of animosity towards
the author,
towards the person who wrote it. Fuck this story and fuck the person who wrote it. Ember, what do you have to say on the matter?
Well, I'm just like I was almost expecting the Rake to say a little bit more than he actually did. Like you'd think there'd be some actual, like, at least some sort of campy dialogue between them other than just like one line.
Yeah,
and
no, completely.
Telegram.
And again, we didn't even get a winner out of that. They did, like, the two main contenders sort of fucked off after a while.
Well, the thing I've noticed with all these versus ones is there's never a winner. They just sort of fight and then they just wander off from each other because you can't have Jeff beat someone or someone beat Jeff.
Well, the closest one we had to that was Slender Man, where Slender Man is definitely the winner of the Slender Man.
They never.
And then Jeff is still alive at the end of the story, but Slender Man effectively does win that. That's the closest we've come to it.
Michael Myers, didn't he kill Jeff?
I don't even fucking remember.
Who remembers that story?
All I can remember is rage out of like, "Oh, Jeff, I love you." Like, really? Why? What the fuck?
You murdered my family and tried to
murder me. Like, not even that long ago. I mean, within the span of 5 minutes.
Alright, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, you can subscribe. I'd like to say a big thank you to our guest, Ember Coral, for coming on the show, and thank you for your donations on Patreon. If you'd like to support this show and help us retake Toby from his current slave owners, you can donate to us on patreon.com/Michael Dewar. This video was made possible by our lovely patrons whose names are on the screen right now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Basically, if you've seen Taken, it's like that but with Toby.